Welcome to Quick Bites. SimTheWorld here, making 5-star dishes in Cooking Simulator. Today we're taking a look at fast beef stroganoff over fusilli. So this is our first pasta dish we've done. I'm going to go through this. We're going to follow the directions. There are quite a few here. So I'm sure there are quite a few ways to mess this up. I'm sure we're also going to find a few just along the way to find the right way to 5 stars. So the first thing I want to do is get the pot of water ready for the fusilli. Hope that's how you pronounce it. I'm not Italian, so that doesn't come naturally to me. Let us grab the noodles. And we need 160 grams. I don't know how this comes out. Okay. Kind of plumps out. Not really telling me how many is in here, is it? Okay, so another 10 grams. I wish it came up with a meter or something. There we go. That is 170. Damn, that was close. Alright, no big deal. It's a little extra. I don't think they'll ding us on that. Maybe I can I just grab a noodle out? Ooh. Look at that. Perfect. One noodle. One noodle too many. All right, let's go. We're going to let that boil for 60 seconds, but we'll wait until we're cooking everything else. Make sure that's still hot. As for the beef part, we take our beef chunk. We need to cut off 150 grams and cut that into thirds. We need to dice the onion basically into 15-gram pieces and then take our mushroom. So the mushrooms are 50 grams. We only need half of that and cut that into 8-gram pieces. So I'm going to start with mushroom. That seems easiest to do. Let's cut that in half. See, did I get that? Oh, no, not really. That wasn't a good half at all. So why don't we go ahead and just dice this up a little bit, see if we can't get some 8-gram pieces. And one more here. Let's see. 5. Ooh, there's an 8. There's some 6s. What is that? Still 15. I want to cut that in half. There's another 8. So we only needed 8. There's a 7. There is another 8. So I think that's good enough. Yeah, that's good enough for me. That's about 25 grams. Next order of business is the onion. This one will do a little bit better than just dicing about. We need 15-gram pieces. Means we'll cut that in half. Then I'm going to set that down while we try to lay this out just a little bit better. Same with this guy. Or girl, I don't know what the genders of the onions are. So we have, yeah, it's pretty close to being cut in half. So we're going to try to quarter this. Yes, I'll cut this in half. Then we'll come off a little bit to either side, just since it's a little bit on the larger side in the middle, and it tapers off to the edge. See how good we did. Not the most accurate, if I'm honest. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we can't cut up another onion and get a little closer. I'll come back in just a few minutes. All right, so I got a second onion. We got them in a mixture of 13 to 18, I think is the largest cut. I tried to keep them mostly consistent. Hopefully that won't be an issue. Obviously, if you're playing in the campaign mode, you'll have perks unlocked, which will alleviate some of the issues with having to cut perfectly. Last thing we have to do is get 50 grams of beef chunk. Let's see, how big was that? Ooh, that was almost spot on. Cut that into thirds. That wasn't really that close. But you know what? Maybe I'll slice just a little bit off. Will it let me? It doesn't like that. Let's see if I can't do something a little bit. Just the tip. Come on. Come on. Just a little bit. No? Okay. I'm not going to mess around with that. That is good enough for me. Let's get rid of that. We have enough beef chunk. Next, we need to fry the beef chunk for 100 seconds. So this is, we're going to still wait on the noodles until the rest of this is done. Let's get the olive oil out. We will get the 20 milliliters in there. And we will load up our beef chunk. What a fun word, beef chunk. And there went the olive oil. And 20 milliliters of olive oil is in. Let's grab our beef chunk. And away we go. Let's get that frying in the pan. I actually want to... Yeah, let's get that going. We need to fry this first. I was going to do the mushrooms separately, but I have a feeling we need to put it in with the rest of that stuff. So I want to follow the directions exactly. Make sure this cooks all right. So this will be 100 seconds. We'll cook the noodles as well. That only takes 60. Once those are done, we transfer it to the casserole dish. It doesn't say. I would imagine you drain it. I have a colander out, but we might be able to pick up the individual noodles. That seems to also be a thing. So we'll put the porcelain dish on the hot oven top, and we'll wait for the stuff to cook. And the fusilli is done. We'll cut the heat. See if we can't snag it all in. Oh, look at that. Not too bad. Have to be very careful with that. Last thing we have to wait on. Oh, another 40 seconds on the beef chunk. Maybe in that time I'll do just a little bit of cleaning while we wait. Clean surface is always a happy surface. Alright, so the beef chunk is almost cooked. It said to transfer it to a plate. So we'll go ahead and do that. Everything looks cooked good. So I'm going to cut the heat while we figure out what's next. So it says to add to the pan 20 milliliters of clarified butter, 5 grams of white pepper, and the mushrooms. So again, I wanted to use a second pan and do this at the same time, but maybe we need the flavor that's in the pan already. I mean, that's how I would cook in real life. Use one pan, keep everything together. But, alright, so we need the mushrooms now. It's only 23 grams, not quite the full amount, but we did cut them as close to as we could. Now this gets cooked for 30 seconds. Let's keep an eye on these. It will go quick. I would have thought... So, I probably should have timed that. Alright, so just to confirm, I did go back and look. That was 30 seconds. I really don't want to mess this one up. So next, we need 150 milliliters of chicken broth, as mentioned. Let's get that poured in. Alright, that's close enough for me. We need 3 grams of black pepper. 3 it is. The beef chunk and the onions go in. So let's carefully do this. Everything goes in together. And this comes to a boil for 60 seconds. And this one, I'll actually go about and time. So in 60 seconds, we'll be finishing up this dish. Get excited, we're almost done. Look at the flashing going on. This cook job is really interesting. And we are at 1 minute. So as you can see, some of the stuff got overcooked. The onion did finish perfectly, and that's what we wanted. The next step is, it doesn't say anything about dumping the mixture in. It says just to put everything in and serve it hot. So that's exactly what we'll do. It looks nothing like the photo. But let's see if we get our 5 stars. And it is served. Ooh, would you look at that? Just that little tip there that was probably slicing. Too much black pepper, interesting. Oh, maybe we needed to sprinkle the black pepper on each end, one pepper on each piece. Kind of hard to tell with that. Bad cutting technique, bad heating mistakes. It's hard to tell. Yeah, bad cutting techniques is we were very off on the 50-gram pieces, but it was a ballpark. And if you guys have the perks enabled in your playthrough, it will help with that scoring. Obviously, even with these issues of, the exactness, we still got our full 5 stars without issue. So hopefully this helps you. With a little bit of prep work, you guys can get these higher end dishes in your playthroughs, and that will make this game go so much quicker and so much more fun as you expand your menus. But thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates to future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch as I try to stream 3 days a week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.